Right, I'm going to try and paint like a sort of bluebell wood. What I'm going to do first is get all this background in. So I think I'm just going to blob yellow in first, just for all this background. Just blob yellow in. Right, that's lovely. Now let's get some green in. Yellow and blue. Add a bit of blue to your yellow. You'll have a green. Add a bit of burnt umber, and it'll darken it a bit. I'm going to mix quite a bright green to start with, blocking some of these gaps. Sand. Right, now I'm going to take it a bit darker. Got some hairs in me. All the hairs come off this brush and it blobs up in your paint. I've got some hairs in my paint. That's better. Right, I've gone slightly darker now. Put a bit more burnt umber in and just darken it a bit. That's it. I'm hoping this all runs into each other. Hopefully. Down there, up there. Let's go really dark. That's some really dark in. Down there like that. And then lighten it a bit. Across there. And I'll lighten it a bit more. Just to change it. There we are. That's it. And then, what's that looking like? That's not bad, is it? Squeeze my brush out. In fact, now, you know what I'm going to do? Now, I keep changing my mind. I'll squeeze my brush out. I'm just going to come in with a damp brush and just soften some of the edges. Just a few, I think. Just soften a few of them edges around. That should do it. Just get a bit there. That's better. And then I'm going to dry all that. Just soften a few more around there. That'll do. I'll dry all that. And then I think I'm going to stick another layer on. Don't worry about any blobs or cauliflowers or out like that in this, because it'll just look amazing. The more art stuff you get, the better. Right, I think I'm just going to do a sort of yellow glaze across the top of the lot. And then, let me get a soft brush ready. Then I think I'm going to stick some trees and stuff in, I think. Yeah, let's try that. Right, I'll try that. So I'll just mix some yellow paint up. I'm not even going to dampen it first, because if I get sharp, hard edges, it'll look good. There we are. If you have the odd couple of bits what's just left pure white, that'll look good as well. Oh, that's nice. Right, them bits what's pure white, it's going to dip into some water, because I still want to get, well, they're not quite pure white now, I've got a bit of yellow on there, but I didn't want to go through it with me tree trunks and end up with an hard edge just in one little place. Right, now then, let's get some, I might even do these with dark green, you know. Let's mix a dark green up. I think a dark green will be good for this. And just get in, let's try on this side. Oh, that's nice. Just get in some little tree trunks and stuff. All the way across, I think. Just stick loads in. All over. Slightly altered my colour. There. That'll do. There. It's not bad, is it, at that? Let's pop some more twigs and stuff in and all. Just mix a bit more of that same colour up. Stick a few twigs and bits and bobs in there. In fact, I think I'm just going to do sort of that. I think that's alright at that. There's going to be twigs and sticks and things in back of there, and they're just going to be all over the place. Tempted. Just try one, see if it works. Has that really worked? A little bit. I'll chuck a couple of them in just. Well, that's not bad, is it? A couple of them in as well. Right, get that dry. Flip it upside down, and if that all drips and gives us cauliflowers and stuff, God, it'll look cool. Look like little bushes. That'll do. Right, see where that's dripped here, look, where it's dripped there and there and there. It's giving me a bit of an abstract look in my background. I like that. Very nice. Right, I'm thinking now, some little bluebells. So some bluebells in it. A bit of coffee and some bluebells. Right, let's whack some bluebells in. Bluebells are like a purplish blue colour. Let's have a look. That looks a nice colour what I've got there. So, oh, it is. It's a lovely colour, but it's not quite strong enough. So, get a blue, a cobalt blue, or an ultramarine blue, or whatever blue you've got, a darkish blue, and add a touch of red to it. So it gives you this purplish colour. Oh, that's better, look, like that. Get it in and we'll just pop some bits in. Just try to work fast on this. You need to be fast. And then I'm going to just take that and just soften it a bit. In fact, I'm going to wash my brush completely and just soften some of them edges. Not to soften them too much, just a bit. There, that's not bad, is it? And mix a bit more up. And go back in with a bit more, slightly blue of that. Oh, that looks nice, doesn't it? I like that. Then I'll mix slightly more purple back in and just blob a bit more of that in as well. That's nice, I like that. Right, now, wash my brush. I think what I'm going to do now, it's just come in with a really nice bright light green. Let's try that. It's going to mix with these blues and stuff, so it'll dull it a bit, but don't worry, be right. If you leave any little white flecks in, don't worry about that. That's always going to look nice, it always does. Some pure yellow in there, look. Stick a bit of pure yellow in there and all, and a bit of pure yellow up there. That's it. And back to this green's nearly yellow. That's my green, but as it hits this blue, if that runs into it, it might take it slightly more blue anyway. So that's why I've slightly lent towards more yellow than green, because this bluey purple's going to hit it and take it to a bluey colour anyway. You see, there. That's not looking bad to me. I'll give that a dry. Might put another layer on. bad, is it? Let's just let's have a look. Yeah, let's get another layer on that, I'm thinking. So I'll come in. Again, I'm leaning towards yellow. It's virtually pure yellow where I've got here. I'm going to use hold it front back of my brush so I can sit right back and see what I'm doing. It's quite runny, so it's running all over the place. But I do want that transparency look to it, so that's why I've got quite a bit of water in my paint. There, that looks nice, I think. Let's wash my brush. Mix a bit more of that purple blue colour. See what that looks like. Pop a few more bits of that in, especially on these front bits, I think. There. You know what? That'll do me. I'm tempted to just come straight in now while it's wet. May as well do it. Just whack this water in here. So if I just do something like that on my water. Right, let's pop in. Take this a more bluey colour now. Stick some more blue in it for my sky. Now I'll just pop in some water in there. So that's all blue. All I've done is I've added some extra blue to that that purple colour. Right, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to get some mud in at the side of these banks. So I'm going to mix up some mud. I'm going to go in burnt umber. I've stuck a tiny bit of red in it. But any sort of brown colour. I ain't got to be burnt umber, just any brown colour. In fact, I think I'm going to add some. I stuck a bit of red in it, and I think I'm going to add a bit of blue to it and all. Take it like a bluish. Oh, that's nice. Gone like a bluey shade, so it's. That's nice. It's like almost a black. Right, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to get these banks in here. They're all my banks on the side of my thing, and that'll help separate things a bit. Right, that's that now. Right, just let me get another brush. Just got a damp brush now. I'm just going to take these banks up a bit. That's better. Just take them up a bit. Same on that side. Take them up into my picture a bit. Oh, it's water dripping everywhere. But I like it. You know, when it's all dripping all over the place, it looks good. Makes it interesting. There. That's looking quite nice. So let's take some of them up a bit more. Look. Maybe as well soften some of this in. Let's have a look. Yeah, I'm not softening it all in, just bits. Try and leave a few flicks of that white there, like that. Look. That's nice. There we are. It's looking alright to me. Right. Mix up some more. It's a nice colour, this is. Right. I want to catch this just right, so I get it just right, basically. All I'm going to do now is pop some rocks in. Some rocks in with my card. There, oh, that's nice. I've got this reversible coat, right? Esmeralda's bought it for me. So you put it on one way, right? And then you flip it round inside out, and it looks like you've got two coats. Brilliant. So for one coat, what's cosmic money for one coat, looks like I've got two. But I thought, why don't they do that with socks and underpants? That way I not keep getting in trouble for not changing them. I can just flip them over and pretend I've changed them. And Esmeralda not keep moaning. There we are, some more rocks up in here. Look. These are getting smaller now as I'm going back because they're getting further away. So they're not actually smaller rocks, they're just further away. It's perspective, that's what it is. It's bit of perspective into it. can get any in these bits, then I will do. I think I'll just stick a couple in, and a few going up and that. Probably do. As long as they're registering as a few nice rocks, then I'm happy. Let's have one there. Going up. That's it. Maybe there's one there like that, and a couple. That's good. There. Tell you what, I'm just going to have one there, quite a big one. And then I think I'll leave it at that for rocks. There, that looks alright, doesn't it? Oh yeah, I'm happy with that. Right, I think now I need trees in. So get a little dry, or shall I just keep going? I might sip of coffee while I think. Tell you what I could do. I'm just gonna dampen that brush, and I'm just gonna pop in some little bits, little reflections underneath these rocks. Like ladders. It's coming across and that. That's it. It just makes it a bit more interesting. There. Let's add some. Take that blue here, much blue here. Put some blue into that. There, that's better. And then I'll just bring some extra splashes, I think this is. Not so much at the back, because it's too far away, you won't see it as much. So just a few extra splashes of stuff going on in there. I think that'll look cool. It looks a bit strong now, but by the time that's dried, I think that'll look cool. Right, I need some background trees now. So I've stuck my brush without washing it with that blue colour on straight into a bit of that Bontumber and Payne's Grey mix what I had earlier. But basically, don't worry too much about that. It just, all you want is a dark colour. That's all you want. So I'm just whacking in a few trees and stuff in here. I ain't got to be too careful with this. Just whack them in. The background things, I'll go in with my rigger in a minute and just take some branches and stuff off them. Yeah, I could have done this all with my rigger really. Oh well. These are going to be all in background in a minute anyway. There we are. Just start colouring a bit. Yeah, I want some reversible underpants, so I don't keep getting in trouble. I ain't got time to keep changing them and showering and stuff. Those blokes, we're not that bothered about that hygiene rubbish. It's for women, innit? We don't need hygiene. Here we are. I said to my friend Jean, I'll say hi to you in secret code while I'm doing my videos, and I've done it. Hi Jean. Just make that up. What a dribble. Right. Right, let's have me a light coming in this way, so let's bang a few shadows coming off of these, I'm thinking. Oh yes. Oh, that's a little shadow colour. Some shadows coming out of that one probably. Going over the back there. You follow the contours as you do these shadows, you see. There, that's not looking bad, is it? And I think there'll be some little squiggly bits from the little branches as well, so we'll pop a bit of that in. And don't forget, the trees don't stop here, so there'd be some stuff coming from the trees that's further back as well, you see. So all that stuff there, look, all these little twigs and that, they'd be coming off them trees what's back further there. Obviously not from this side, only from off them trees. Do you know what I mean? There. Not dull for that. Now then, I'm going to want some closer up on the trees now. So, let's have one more here. So I'll make this one a little bit closer. So obviously it's going to be a little bit thicker. Well, that's good. How I'm doing that, it's leaving it darker on one side than the other. What's good, because it's looks like my light's coming in that way, and that's exactly what I'm wanting. A couple of branches coming off it. It's not a very dark colour. That's better. Take that branch back in there. Another one there. Another one there. Just a few branches and that coming off there. Job's a good one. That's that. Right, a couple this side now. A couple more. Like I say, slightly stronger paint. It's that dark browny and bluey colour. So that's. I'm just sticking them anyway, really. I have got a reference photo, but not really looking at it. I'm just sticking them in gaps now, I think. Just where there's a gap between these trees, I'll stick them in. Sorry, done it. Right, there's a couple of branches off these. These are a bit closer up. Some branches and twigs and stuff. I might stick a few leaves in a minute. A few extra leaves on top of this lot. Let's have something about here, I'm thinking. I'm seeing something about here. Let's have it. Something about. So we go there. It's a bit slightly bigger. That's it, about there. Oh, it's nice, doesn't it? Yeah. That's a big one. Just the way how that brush has worked, it's given me a light side and a dark side just through doing that. I've never noticed that before, so that's something what we've both learned today. Because I'll be, if I remember, next time I'm doing this style of tree, I'll be doing that again. Right, let's use this with a little brush. I'll get sort of a shadowish colour. Purplish shadowish colour, and just bring these shadows off of these then. We need all these shadows. That's all going to break up into branches and that as it gets further away. There's one there, look, that's a nice shadow there. This one here. Going into these little bits as it gets further away for all your branches and that. There we are. Same again, this side, there's going to be trees off the edge of this. So I'm going to take that same shadow colour and bring in some bits from here. This will be all from your twigs and whatnot off top of trees, what's off edge of this paper. You're going to see them all like that, look. I have all these things in here. A bit more there. Like that. So let's say there's a big one in there. Something like that. There, and that's all them shadows coming through there. Right, what else shall we have? Let's have a couple more trees and then we'll call it. So one there. Let's say a couple of great big ones here then. So these are big now. Look at, I love that, how it's doing that little trick. See there, where there were paint on that, I rubbed it a bit to take that paint out. I've done it like a branch there by mistake. I'll just stick it in. Let's have two together. Say another one here. See how, like that bit there, what I can see, I'm going to rub it a bit till it disappears. Because I don't want to see out behind it. Behind this. Just rub it a bit. There's a bit there, look. So I'll just rub a bit there and it's got red on it. That's it. There. That's it. I think what I'm going to do, just take this same colour, take it in there a bit, and I think I'm going to use that colour as me. For my shadow. There. Oh, that's nice. Just going to get a tiny bit more, just because these are darker. Just add an extra bit in on that side. There, that's nice there. Don't really need too many branches. Mine, yeah, I put some little twiggy ones what just grow out from sides. You often get these little things here what's just sprouting, and then when it gets bigger later on, they end up being massive branches. So a couple of them in. That one's that way. Let's have that one curling back that way a bit. That always looks good. Another one. There. A couple on this one. Let's say a couple coming this way. And take it in front. And then another one. About there. That's nice. Let's say a couple of little twiggy bits down there. There. That's that. What we're on, 26 minutes. Try and sort of look at getting finished soon. What's that looking like? That's looking quite nice. Right, I'm going to get that dry, put a few leaves on and stuff. Oh, in fact, I'll tell you what I'm going to do before I dry it. I'm going to get a really thick, or shall I? No, I'm not. I'm going to bring a big thick one across there. But I don't. No, I'm going to leave it. Change my mind. I'm going to leave it. I think it'll obstruct it too much. So I'll just dry and then I'll show you another little trick. Sounds a band. Right, so let me get. I've got some greens mixed with some white gouache. I'm gonna get my brush. I've got this spiky brush. You can do this with. I've got a spiky brush separate, but you can dry your rigger brush out and just split all the ends apart like that, and it does exactly the same. But I'm going to use this one just because I paid money for it, so I may as well use it. But your rigger does do exactly the same. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Oh. Yeah, well, right. So I've got some bit of white wash on there, bit of a nice light green. Is that nice enough? Is that green enough? Oh, it's got a bit white. A bit more green on there. That's a bit of yellow. I'm just mixing my colour up, going it where I want it. That should be it. Right, so now just have a look, see what that looks like. Yeah, see these trees here? I've got all these leaves in background on them ones, so I'm just going to pop a couple across just so it comes in front of some of this stuff. Just so it looks like there's some leaves on all these ones and all. These background ones are going to want more. These ones will have a few as well. There. That's it, and then background ones. Just so you can tell there's some leaves on there. Some leaves in background. They're just my little leaves, what's coming off these closer trees. Right, I want some on this big one here. So that big one there. Right, let's have a look. I'll try and put these in. A couple in on here as well, look. Just like that's alright, isn't it? Just don't need loads, just a little bit. That's plenty, I think. There, I think that's it. I think we're done. Yeah, no else to do on that, I don't think. Except for put a burr and a dirt in. I'm not going to put Peter and Paul in this one because I could do. but I'm just not going to bother. I'll just put a Burton of dirt in. So I'll just mix some brownie, dark brown, black paint or whatever. Payne's grey is good for signing. Bye. The Bertie D. There we are. You could put Peter and Pauline up there, but I'm going to leave them. Right, I'll give a few minutes to look at that. I'll sit back and have a look myself. Oh yeah, I quite like that. It's nice. Right, just got that done, just in half an hour. See you on the beach, innit?